The basketball stadium echoed with one name, Jungkook, Jungkook. The cheers were deafening as hundreds of students screamed his name. Every time he spoke, the crowd exploded with excitement. Final whistle blew. His team had won. His teammates lifted him onto their shoulders while the audience applauded widely. Meanwhile, Ryan quietly walked out of the stadium with an unknown expression. She clicked her tongue. Why is everyone so obsessed with him? Just because he is handsome? I seriously don't like him. Behind her, dozens of girls rushed toward Jungkook. Jungkook, you played so well. You were amazing. Several girls pushed forward, trying to hand him water bottles and towels. Jungkook forced a polite smile, but instead he was already irritated. Their constant attention had become exhausting. Then his eyes landed on Ryan walking away without even looking back. Without another thought, he left the crowd behind and walked straight toward her. Look up, and from the moment she saw him move, Jungkook folded his arm with a smug grin. Everyone congratulated me for winning. Why did not you? Anne crossed her arms. Do you seriously think you won that game alone? His smile faded silently. Basketball is a team sport. Your teammates work just as hard as you did. Stop acting like the entire victory belongs to you. She stepped around him. Now move. She walked past him. Jungkook suddenly snatched the water bottle from her hand. Ryan stopped. Hey, that's mine. Jungkook opened it and took a long drink. At least let me have some water. I'm thirsty. He casually tossed the empty bottle into a nearby trash can before walking away with a satisfied smile. Ryan clenched her fist. That arrogant idiot. The truth was simple. They had never gotten along. Ryan hated Jungkook's playboy reputation and the way every girl treated him like he was perfect. Jungkook, on the other hand, could not understand why his charm worked on everyone except her. For the first time in his life, someone was completely unimpressed by him. Unfortunately, Vian's mood had already been ruined long before the basketball match. A week ago, her boyfriend had cheated on her with the school's most popular girl. Instead of admitting the truth, he spread a cruel rumor throughout the school. According to him, Vian was the one who cheated first. People believed him without asking for her side of the story. As she turned into the main hallway, someone suddenly stepped in front of her. She froze. Standing there was her ex-boyfriend. Beside him stood his new girlfriend, wearing a smug smile. Ryan looked at the two of them with an unreadable expression. Her ex-boyfriend smirked as he wrapped an arm around his new girlfriend's shoulder. Well, Luke finally showed up. His girlfriend Mina let out a fake laugh. I heard you have been avoiding everyone lately. Feeling guilty? Wyatt did not answer. She simply stared at them before trying to walk past. Her ex stepped in front of her again. What's the hurry? We have not finished talking. Students walking through the hallway gradually slowed down. Within seconds, a small crowd had gathered, eager to watch the drama. Mina crossed her arms. You know, I should actually thank you. If you had not cheated on him, I would have never gotten such an amazing boyfriend. The surrounding students chuckled. June smiled proudly. See the difference. She is beautiful, kind, popular, unlike someone who only knows how to embarrass herself. I seriously don't know what I ever saw in you. His girlfriend leaned closer with a mocking smile. Maybe that's why he chose me. Another wave of laughter spread through the hallway. Vian's fingers tightened around the strap of her back, but her face remained calm. She refused to give them the reaction they wanted. Her silence only encouraged them. What? Nothing to say? I guess everyone was right. A cheater does not have any excuses. Vian remained silent, not because she was weak, but because she knew arguing with people who had already decided she was guilty would change nothing. Vian finally looked him in the eyes. Her voice was calm. Are you done? June's smile disappeared. Before he could answer, he suddenly grabbed her wrist. I'm talking to you. Van immediately tried to pull her hand away. Let go. Instead, his grip tightened. A strong hand suddenly grabbed June's wrist. So this is how you prove you are the victim. Everyone turned toward the boys. John Jungkook. His sharp eyes were fixed on June. Without much effort, Jungkook forced June to let go of Ryan's wrist. June frowned. This doesn't concern you. Jungkook stepped in front of Ryan, shielding her from the crowd. It became my business the moment you grab her. The hallway fell completely silent. June laughed mockingly. What? Are you trying to be her hero now? Jungkook looked at him with a cold expression. A real man doesn't spread rumor about someone after a breakup. June's face darkened. You don't know anything. I know enough, Jungkook replied. So if you are done making a scene, stay away from her. For the first time, June could not find a comeback. This is not over. He grabbed Mina's hand and stormed away. Maya stared at Jungkook for a moment. You did not have to do that. I don't like people who bully others. I can handle my own problems. She took a step closer, her voice firm. So don't interfere in my business again. Jungkook blinked. What? I don't need anyone's protection. She walked past him without another word. Jungkook watched her leave, completely speechless. For the first time, someone was not grateful after he helped them. Instead, she had told Jeon Jungkook to stay away from her. The lunch bell rang and the cafeteria quickly filled with noisy students. Vayan and her best friend Choi Ara found an empty table near the window and quietly started eating. Just as Vayan took her first bite, June, feed me. A sweet, exaggerated voice echoed across the cafeteria. Vayan looked up. There sits June with Mina. Mina smiled brightly as June gently fed her a piece of cake. She intentionally giggled louder than necessary, making sure Vayan could see everything. Oh, you are so sweet, Mina said, resting her head on his shoulder. June glanced at Vayan from the corner of his eye before wrapping his arm around Mina. I only treat the right girl this way. Several students laughed, knowing exactly which words were aimed at. Vayan clenched her chopsticks. They are doing this on purpose. I know, Vayan muttered. They are acting like I'm desperate to get him back. So why are you letting them bother you? Vayan frowned. What I am supposed to do? Ignore them forever? Ara leaned closer with a mischievous smile. I have an idea. Vayan looked at her suspiciously. What? Ara grinned. Date someone. Vayan nearly choked on her drink. What? If you date someone who is 10 times better than June, he will stop bothering you. His ego would not be able to handle it. Vayan immediately shook her head. No way, I am not using someone just to make my ex jealous. I'm serious, Ara insisted. Right now, June thinks you still care about him. The moment he sees you have moved on, he will lose interest. Vayan fell silent. As much as she hated to admit it, Ara's idea made sense. She looked at June again. He was still showing off, making sure she was watching. Vayan let out a frustrated sigh. Fine, Ara's eyes widened. Really? But only if it's fake, Vayan said firmly. No real feelings, just enough to make June leave me alone. So, who exactly is crazy enough to pretend to date me? Ara smiled so widely that Vayan immediately felt suspicious. Oh, I already have someone in mind. Who? Ara pointed across the cafeteria. Vayan slowly turned her head. At another table sat Jeon Jungkook, laughing with his teammates after basketball practice. Girls surrounded him as usual, trying to get his attention. Ara smirked. Him? Vayan's eyes widened. Absolutely not. Why not? Because he is John Jungkook. We are like cats and dogs. We argue every time we meet. Exactly, Ara said with a grin. No one would accept it if the two biggest rivals in school suddenly start dating. The whole school will lose their minds. Van immediately shook her head. No, impossible. But then she glanced at June, who was once again looking in her direction with a smug smile. Vayan sighed in defeat. Maybe. Ara leaned closer. Maybe what? Maybe you're not completely wrong. Ara gasped dramatically. Does that mean you are actually considering it? I will ask him. Little did she know, at that exact moment Jungkook looked up from his table. Their eyes met for a brief second. Neither of them realized that one simple decision was about to turn the entire school upside down. A final school bell rang. Ryan stood outside the basketball stadium, nervously looking at the entrance. A few minutes later, the basketball practice ended. The door opened and the players walked out one by one. Just then, Jungkook noticed Ryan standing alone near the bleachers. Waiting for someone, Ryan took a deep breath. You. Jungkook looked genuinely surprised. For me, she nodded. Can we talk? Curious, Jungkook followed her to the empty basketball court. Jungkook leaned against the basketball court. So, what is it? Ryan hesitated. Finally, she spoke. My ex-boyfriend keeps harassing me. He keeps spreading rumors that I cheated on him. Now everyone believes I am the bad person. Every day he finds a new way to humiliate me. Jungkook listened quietly without interrupting. My best friend thinks the only way to make him stop is if he believes I have moved on. She looked up at him. So I want you to pretend to be my boyfriend for a few seconds. Silence. Then Jungkook burst into laughter. You asking me to fake date you? Wang rolled her eyes. Forget it. I knew this was a bad idea. She turned to leave. Wait. I never said no. Wang blinked. You mean I will do it? A new smile almost appeared on her face. Really? But I want something in return. Wang frowned. What? Jungkook crossed his arms. You know. We are always competing. You have beaten me in every monthly exam this semester. So, so I want you to tutor me. While stare at him in disbelief. You, the second rank student in school. What's tutoring? I don't lose. This time I want first place. While narrow her eyes. So this whole deal is just so you can beat me in exams? Exactly. He held out his hand. You help me become rank 1 and I will become your fake boyfriend. Ryan looked at his outstretched hand for several seconds. After a long pause, she shook his hand. Deal. Jungkook smiled. From tomorrow, we start acting. The next morning, a sleek black car stopped outside Ryan's house. Ryan took a deep breath before opening the gate. Standing beside the car was John Jungkook, dressed neatly in his school uniform. He leaned casually against the door with his hands in his pockets. You took forever, he teased. I was making sure I was not making the biggest mistake of my life, Wang replied. Jungkook chuckled. Too late for that. He opened the passenger door like a perfect gentleman. After your girlfriend, Wang rolled her eyes but got inside. Don't overdo it. I'm an excellent actor. We will see. As Jungkook's car entered the school gate, everyone stared. Jungkook stepped out and opened Ryan's door. The student gasped. Did he just open the door for her? Ryan stepped out nervously. Jungkook immediately took her hand. What are you doing? She whispered. He smiled. We are pretending, remember. Hand in hand, they walked into school as Whisper followed them. Jungkook is holding Ryan's hand. Are they dating? But they hit each other. Across the hallway, Jim and Hina spotted Jungkook and Rani. Hina grabbed Jung's arm. No, Jung smiled vanished, and Jungkook gently brushed Ryan's hair away from her face. You should tie your hair, Jungkook said softly. Ryan glared. You are enjoying it too much. I'm just making it look real. Jung clenched his jaw. There is no way. He stormed over to them. Ryan, the hallway becomes silent once again. Ryan and Jungkook stop walking. June stood in front of them with an angry expression. What kind of joke is this? Before Ryan could answer, Jungkook casually slipped his arm around her shoulders. It's not a joke. You expect me to believe you two are dating? Believe whatever you want. We look at Ryan. Come on, babe. We are going to be late. The word babe made Ryan almost choke. He secretly glared at him. Jungkook only smiled innocently. The two walked away together, leaving Jung standing there, his face tightened. Neither Jungkook nor Wire realized that their little plan had already shaken the entire school, and it was only the first day. The classroom buzzed with chatter as Wire quietly sat at her desk, flipping through her notebook. Suddenly, Mina and her group of friends stopped in front of her desk, their expressions filled with annoyance. Mina crossed her arms and smirked. So, you are doing this on purpose, are not you? Since when did you start dating Jungkook? Her friends nodded in agreement, glaring at Wire as if waiting for her to panic. Wire slowly looked up from her notebook. Instead of getting angry, she remained calm. Why are you asking? She replied with a faint smile. Are you jealous? Mina's expression darkened. Wire continued. Or is it because you could not get Jungkook's attention? But I did. Mina clenched her fist, her face burning with anger. She was about to fire back with another insult when the classroom door slid open. The teacher walked in. Everyone take your seats. Licking her tongue in frustration, Mina shook Vian one last glare before returning to her seat. Vian simply smiled to herself and opened her book, acting as if nothing had happened. Over the next few weeks, Mina and Drew refused to give up. Every day they came up with a new way to humiliate Ryan, convinced that if they kept pushing her, she would eventually break up with Jungkook. Instead, every plan ended in their own embarrassment. Mina secretly poured water on the staircase before class began. She hid around the corner with June waiting. There she comes, Mina whispered. Van walked down the stairs carrying a stack of books. Her foot suddenly slipped. Before she could fall, a strong arm wrapped around her waist. Jungkook pulled her against his chest. Their faces were only inches apart. Are you okay? Jungkook asked softly. Maya nodded, her cheeks turned red. Students around them started whispering. Did you see that? He caught her in just in time. Mina clenched her fist. She was supposed to fall. Instead, everyone was talking about how romantic it looked. June challenged Jungkook in front of the entire school. If my team wins, you break up with Ryan. And if I win, June smirked. You can ask for anything. Jungkook looked at Ryan. She shook her head silently, telling him not to accept, but he smiled. Deal. The game began. June kept provoking Jungkook, trying to make him lose focus. Then Jungkook heard a familiar voice. Jungkook! He turned toward the stands. Van was cheering as loud as she could with Ara. You can do it. We believe in you. A smile appeared on Jungkook's face. For the first time that day, he was not playing to win a bet. He was playing because someone believed in him. In the final seconds, he scored the winning basket. The crowd erupted into cheers. After the match, Jungkook was exhausted. Why ran over with a bottle of water and a towel. You play really well. She handed him the towel. As he reached for it, their fingers brushed. Thank you, he said, smiling. June watched the scene from across the court, his fist clenched. I wanted to separate them, but they are only getting closer. Mina glared at Ryan. Every plan fails.